Dwayne, no.
Okay. Welcome back to the From the Fabricator podcast. I'm your host, Max Perlstein. Thank you so much for joining me once again for this run through the awesome glass and glazing industry. I got another good one for you folks, and excited to get to that. Before I do, I have to thank my friends at FHC for their support. FHC is redefining what a panic exit device can be. How about that? Built in America, engineered with precision and designed to impress. FHC Steincraft panic handles deliver unmatched quality, design flexibility, and the fastest lead times in the industry. For glazers and temperers, that means premium aesthetics and rock solid performance without the weight. Have big doors, no problem. FHC Steincraft panic handles are engineered and UL approved for glass doors up to 12 feet tall and come equipped with an innovative security latch bolt for next level safety. See, you know me, I'm so technical. Next level safety and strike engagement to resist forced entry. When it comes to experience, innovation, and lead time, FHC is the choice. FHC-USA.com. Check them out and ignore how poorly I probably read that, but good stuff from them. All right. Before we get to our guests, real quick, Glass Build America, registration is open, glassbuild.com. Use the code MAXPOD, MAXPOD 25, MAXPOD 25 to get your free entry. Really want to see you there. This time out, I've got two refreshing, really cool guests. Mark Seeton from Vitro, neat throw to the past, covered a lot of different subjects, just a lot of fun there. And then Danielle Whatley from Texstar Glazing. You want to talk about a breath of fresh air, really positive, focused. The faith is there, and really impressive and good for our industry. So start off with Mark, we end with Danielle, and then I'll be back on the other side with my TV picks. Here we go. Okay. Next up on the From the Fabricator podcast, I'm thrilled to be joined by Mark Seeton, Vice President of Sales, Vitro Architectural Glass. You can find them online at vitroglazings.com. Mark, thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Hey, Max. Thanks for having me. Quite an honor. I appreciate the invitation.
Oh, absolutely. Honor all mine. And I like I said to you right before we started recording, I can't wait to hear some of your answers because I think I got some fun questions for you. But to start it, curious, your background, where you were born, grew up, went to school, the path to today. I'm just curious on, where Mark Seeton, made his mark going forward.
Yeah, appreciate that. I was born out in the Philadelphia suburbs. Grew up there, not far from Valley Forge National Park. Spent my youth there, went on to Penn State University, which I'm a proud alumni and season ticket holder and great supporter of all their athletics. I obviously went there, met my wife there.
Great.
And two of my three children went there as well. So I've got quite an affinity for it. But then had an opportunity to get into the construction business, and I started with, at the time, Gold Bond Building Products, then became National Gypsum. Moved on to Pella Windows, and then had an opportunity to go with PPG on their architectural glazing side, and then we were fortunate enough to be acquired by Vitro, which has been great.
Awesome. I did not know you're a Penn State grad, so that's a first for me. I would have thought I would have heard that along the way. So
I'm surprised you haven't either.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Big year for Big Game James. It's time to show it the football team this year, right? This is
that
the
is
year.
Correct. High expectations. So we get kicked off this weekend with Nevada. We start a little soft, and then we'll get into the meat of it here in about 3 or 4 weeks.
Nothing wrong with that. So you had mentioned that you were with PPG a long time, and then Vitro took over. What's that transition been like? It's been a few years now, so old timers like me, I still have PPG banged into my head, but most people now they don't even remember PPG. How was the transition going though from old school PPG to new gen Vitro?
Refreshing. Honestly, the PPG was great. Obviously, it was the founding business of the PPG enterprise back in 1883. But then when Vitro had the opportunity to acquire all the assets of the architectural glass business, we couldn't have ended up in a better place. And couldn't be happier. The investments from day one on the new jumbo coater in Wichita Falls kind of kicked things off. But I think we're into our 8th year now and haven't looked back. Continue to invest in the business and grow. and venturing into new segments, and just really exciting to be part of the Vitro enterprise.
Awesome, awesome. So many good people there too. That's the best part. Both some of the folks that hung over and then all the new folks that have come in. It's a good crew. I'm jealous there. So I've got Mark Seeton with me, Vice President of Sales, Vitro Architectural Glass. Catch them online at vitroglazings.com. And this starts one of the fun questions I had for you, because I'm a glass geek. I'm a glass nerd, the whole thing, and I've always been curious. And now I get to ask you, because you've been around them. What was the most influential product in your mind in that PPG Vitro world? SolarBand 60, which kicked off the double OE and really kind of changed the low E world, or Starfire, which at the beginning had one purpose and now has so many more. Which one do you think turns out to be the biggest game changer between the two?
Yeah, Max, SolarBand 60 for sure. As much as I love the Starfire product, there were some double silver coatings in Europe back in the mid to late 90s, but SolarBand 60 was the first post-temperable coating ever.
Yeah.
And 60 not only opened up fabrication opportunities for many across North America, but it really set the foundation for MSVD technology moving forward. The performance of MSVD really gave it more environmentally feasible for more visible light in buildings and controlling solar heat gain. So I have to go a hard SolarBand 60 first.
It is a tough one, just because Starfire, now you're using it as the substrate, for those advanced coatings, and so it almost had like a second life in a way.
Correct.
Yeah, but I'm with you. SolarBand 60 changed everything. We were in love with hard coat low E's, and this just really kind of opened the eyes. And also, a hidden kind of benefit of SB60 was the fact that it taught fabricators how to handle material better. It improved their qualities and improved their plants, and that was kind of a hidden benefit, basically. I think you probably saw that as well.
Totally agree. Yeah, and we help our fabrication partners as much as we can with audit processes and any expertise that we can bring from the PPG Vitro technical service group led by Paul Bush. But to your point, now using it as a substrate really has given it another leg and another lifespan, which will continue forward.
No doubt, no doubt. Love Paul Bush too. Underrated speaker. One of the best. He shocked me the first time I heard him speak. I was like, oh my gosh, he was fantastic. So good call there. So Mark Seeton with me, Vice President of Sales, Vitro Architectural Glass. You've seen a lot. You've been around a lot of projects. I know this is a tough question. Favorite all-time project and why? What stands out for you? Because you've done thousands. Been a part of so many.
Yeah. Naming one, extremely difficult.
Yeah.
Boy, I kind of have this affinity for unique architecture, but I have to start probably with Amazon headquarters in Arlington, Virginia, and the Arlington Spheres out on the West Coast in Seattle. Just great architecture, great use of product. There's just, again, so many I could list. I have some international projects that I'm a big fan of. Seoul City Hall. It's just SolarBand 60, but the way it's backlit with colors and it's shaped like a wave, just really spectacular. SoFi Stadium, again, all the visible Starfire that you see, interior, exterior. 1217 Main Street, Dallas comes to mind, just a unique repurpose of an old bank built in the 1950s, but really introduced glass to it. Just look that up sometime. And then I'd have to say, no pun intended, the crown jewel would be the Jewel Singapore Airport. The use of SolarBand 72 and Starfire. If you've ever been to Singapore Airport, and in the airport is a large waterfall funnel, which was featured on many of our on our collateral and on our website, but just a tremendous project, not only to see in pictures, but I had the opportunity to see it firsthand. Pretty amazing to see.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you are a great leader, because I think you touched every region. So you don't have any salespeople beneath you saying, why didn't you mention me? I mean, I think you covered them all. So very nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Speaking of good stuff, this is probably, it's funny because we have all these great glass questions, and I love the glass questions, but I'm also a sports fanatic. I know you're a golfer. You love the sport. And so, bucket list course that you haven't played yet. I'm wearing my Augusta for those watching on YouTube. I'm wearing my Augusta pullover. Have you played Augusta? Is it Augusta, Pebble, St. Andrews? What are the golf courses that are on Mark Seaton's bucket list that you haven't played yet?
Yeah, Augusta's at the top of the list for
Is
sure.
it? Okay. I thought
Yeah,
you
I
would
have
have
not.
played that by now with your
Oh my
connections. I
goodness.
thought you would have played that.
No, no, that's high cotton. I have not gotten there yet. I've been very fortunate, I have to say, to play in many, many tremendous golf courses in North America and a little bit stretched into the world. But I would have to say that Augusta's right there. The old course, I've not played a lot of Scotland, Ireland courses, so that's still on the list.
Yeah.
And Pine Valley in New Jersey, very highly rated year after year, uh, extremely difficult to get on. Cypress Point, I've had the opportunity to play Pebble and the peninsula out there, but I've not played Cypress. But I did have the good fortune to play a course in Ireland this year called Adair Manor,
Okay.
and it's where they're going to host the 2027 Ryder Cup.
Oh, okay.
And,
Okay.
so had a great opportunity to play that, and will give me hopefully get over there to see it. If not, fond remembrance when I get to watch it in 2027.
For sure. For sure. How was the weather when you played it? Because I know it could be very dicey.
Could be
Yeah.
absolutely perfect. I
Good.
have to say it was probably upper 70s, sunny, blew in a little clouds. I think we had a little drizzle on number 9 for about the walk up the fairway. After that, it was gone. We were very fortunate.
Very much so. Very much so. I love it. And I would have lost a lot of money. I would have bet you played Augusta. I would
I
have
appreciate
bet
that.
big money. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if
Well,
you
it's
know
going to
somebody, let
happen.
me know.
It's going to happen. Yeah. If I had, yeah, absolutely. But it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. That's in your destiny. And I can't wait till
Well,
you tell me that you're getting to play it. So that'll be cool.
well, thanks. I'll wear my pullover next time as well.
There you go. There you go. So I got Mark Seeton with me, Vice President of Sales, Vitro Architectural Glass. Find them online at vitroglazings.com. Anything new coming down the pipeline from Vitro? You guys have, I think almost every other year there's something new coming, coming through. You hand it to the genius Rob Struble to throw out there and blow out the imaging and the branding. But anything new that you can share or tease?
Well, I'm sure my partners in the marketing and innovation group probably don't want me to answer this
True,
question,
true, true.
but I'll give you a little tease that we're working on another solar band product.
Wonderful.
Just it's going to be a very unique aesthetic, and it really stemmed from a voice of the customer with the design community. So we went out and talked to the architects and looking for space that we weren't in or something that they were seeing and where their designs were going. And we've got something that'll be out shortly. So really excited about that one. And then, talk about some of the products that recently came out. We introduced a solvent-free spandrelate product with 3 stock colors: warm gray, black, and white. We have SolarBand 65, which is kind of SolarBand 60 goosed up a little bit for some of the code-driven markets. Bird Smart, we've entered into the bird-friendly glass market with SolarBand coatings on Surface 2. And then, of course, Fernando Diaz and the marketing team and Rob and his group continue to work on digital tools. And so not necessarily product driven, but VitroSphere, the visualization tool that we have. Framing Factor was just launched recently. So a lot of great digital tools to help the design community and our fabricators and glazing contractors alike.
I like it. I like it. And I always lean towards Rob, but Fernando's fabulous too. I mean, that is a powerful duo there coming at you from two different angles. You as a sales guy, you have to love that. I mean, you have to love
it's
that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I couldn't be in a better spot, really. Very fortunate to have that kind of horsepower behind us and driving innovation and driving product development. And then, of course, our R&D group and our manufacturing group right there, arm in arm, bringing solutions to the marketplace that are wanted.
Fantastic, fantastic. This year was for you. You recently joined the board of the National Glass Association, which congratulations to you. That's a nice position. How's it going? How was it? I mean, your first board meetings, was it somewhat intimidating? I mean, you're a big hitter yourself, so I don't take that away. But you're sitting with 11 other kind of heavy hitters there. How's it been? What was your experience? Take me through that a little bit.
Yeah, quite an honor to be considered and asked to be part of the board at NGA. Tremendous experience thus far. First meeting, yes, a little intimidating. I knew many of the people at the table. I should say many. I knew over half of the people at the table. Some I did not, whether it was regionally or segment driven. But boy, that just quickly went away. By the end of the meeting, I felt like I had been there a long time, and they were very welcoming. And I have to say that the transparency of information and dialogue, not only among the board, but the NGA staff, has really been most notable. And then mutual respect of opinions as we get into some debates and discussions. But just a tremendous opportunity. And now under new leadership with Lakeisha, looking forward to furthering the growth and the educational resources and advocacy platforms working on, and of course, workforce development, all trying to build that value proposition for potentially a growth in membership.
Wonderful. Well, and that's where all of those things, especially the workforce development, that touches everybody. And what Jenny Chase and the team are trying to do is crucial. And you as a board member and the board, I mean, I love that it's a priority.
You bet. You bet. Yeah, couldn't be happier. And really, the mission statement is spot on, and the objectives and the strategy that are being executed by the staff and the leadership team there is just second to none.
Tremendous, tremendous. A couple more questions for Mark Seeton, busy man, so I'm happy to get a little bit of time with him. With your experience, again, going back a little bit, what do you think the biggest change in our industry has been since you started? I mean, you were Pella, then you came over to PPG. What do you think's the biggest one for you that has changed from then till now?
Yeah, I think probably most recently it's been sustainability. It continues to grow with momentum. Our industry collectively has really worked on developing energy efficient solutions, but it seems to go beyond that now, and really Vitro's embraced it. In fact, we now hold a designation of the top 20 most preferred category for the GSA for all our products, not just a campaign product, but every product, every plant, every day.
Wow.
We're very fortunate to have that designation. That and a lot of the work that Paul and his team continue to do on the tech service side with low embodied carbons and the EPD efforts, and really driving oxy-fuel technology through our factories really has separated us, and really proud of that we're embracing sustainability moving forward.
That's big, because in 2002 that word didn't even exist. I mean, and I know when like USGBC started with LEED, everybody kind of thought that was great, but we are so far beyond that, and just everything you said that you've got going, with Paul and the team and all the tools that you have, and then the declarations and so on. It is such a different ballgame. So that's a great call by you. Sustainability is huge, huge. And I'm sure your people hear it from architects all day long. I mean, it's a priority for everybody out there now.
It really is. It really is, and everybody's answering the bell. So to the credit to all the people in the industry, everybody really recognized the opportunity and the benefits that go downstream with that. So, but getting the designation was a great kickstart for us to continue with that momentum.
Congrats. So a tough one to kind of finish off here. The forecast, the economy. It's been a rocky road. There's some soft territories out there. There's some that are staying busy. I know you guys do your own data, mining and searching, and and I know you can't share everything with me, but how are you feeling about the economy the rest of the year into 2026? More the same, a little bit more positive. What can you share with us on what we're looking at economy wise?
Yeah, I'm a bit of an optimist, but have to be a realist also, and I would have to say that it's probably a little better than more than the same.
Okay.
I anticipate things. We're seeing a little tailwind and a little lift now. I think there's going to be some momentum behind that. We get into those fall months that are typically historically stronger. People trying to close up some work in the northern climates, but I just get the sense that there's a little tailwind coming. I mean, we can all recognize that new office construction has stymied and stalled since COVID and the work from home and hybrid work methods now. But those buildings are being repurposed, so there's still activity happening in existing buildings, and repurpose them into multi-use. But in some of the other segments where we're seeing a little lift, security glazings continue to gain momentum, and of course, institutional and healthcare really seem to ride the waves pretty good. So some opportunities there. Our architectural team is out finding opportunities, working with the architectural community, trying to find Vitro solutions and driving them back through our partners, and just really proud of that and excited. And again, I look forward to a stronger second half, and then a real optimistic 26 and beyond.
I'll take that. And we'll definitely keep that rolling. And then I assume I'll see you at Glass Build in November, and we can catch up and see how close you are. Or are you going to be at Bay Hill, playing Arnie's course?
No. NGA comes first. Glass Build, what a tremendous organization, and that show has just grown, continues to gain strength. my hat's off to the team that continues to drive that. So I know you're a big proponent of advertising that, and we greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely. And Vitro is a tremendous supporter of NGA and of Glass Build. You're there every year, and we appreciate that. I appreciate that from an industry standpoint. It wouldn't be the same without your support. So thank you from me and on behalf of the rest of the industry. That's crucial for us.
Sure. Well, happy to be there. And again, it's a great spot for us to see all the partners and the stakeholders in the industry and our partners as well, and our customers and glazing contractors. It's just a great venue.
Awesome. Awesome. I've had Mark Seeton with me, Vice President of Sales, Vitro Architectural Glass. See them at vitroglazings.com, and you'll be able to see a lot of the things that Mark mentioned, and some of the software and some of the tools that are involved, because everything is up on that site, and new products and so on. Mark, thank you so much for doing the podcast. I really appreciate you getting me in.
Max, my pleasure. What an honor. Great to see you. All the best, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Bet. See you soon. Thank you.
Hey glazers and fabricators, FHC, the frameless hardware company, is here to support your business. In addition to offering a complete selection of glazing tools and supplies to get the job done right, we design, engineer, and manufacture a comprehensive offering of frameless shower door systems, heavy glass doors, aluminum entrances and storefronts, architectural railings, transaction and display hardware. Privately owned and American-made, FHC prioritizes you, the customer. You now have a choice. Visit fhc-usa.com.
Okay. I am thrilled to have Danielle Whatley, president and owner of Texstar Glazing. You can find them online at Texstar Glazing. That's all one word, .com. Big fan of what Danielle's doing and can't wait to learn a little bit more. Danielle, thank you so much for doing the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, my pleasure. And we got a lot to cover, and usually I always start with the background. And so curious where you were born, grew up, what your path was up until today, and then we'll talk about Texstar. But talk about the past of Danielle Whatley.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Colorado. I lived there for about 23 years. My parents moved to Texas right after I graduated high school. And I enrolled in the School of Hard Knocks.
Okay.
And stayed back and thought I could do life by myself. And it was, I had a passing in my family that made me realize that being closer to family was more important. So I moved to Texas in 2008.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And so you moved to Texas in 2008, and eventually you worked your way. And we're going to talk about one part of your past in a second, but let's talk about Texstar Glazing, because
Yeah.
You're rocking and rolling out there. But for those who might be living under a rock and haven't seen all the good stuff you're doing, you want to let the audience know what Texstar Glazing is all about and what you guys specialize in.
Yeah, so we're a commercial glazing subcontractor. We do projects with curtain wall, storefront, entrances. Haven't dabbled into too many large scale projects as far as anything over like 3 stories.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had quite a few successful projects. One that you'll see on our website is the Weatherford dorms that we did for the Jerry Durant Hall. That was our biggest contract to date. We did that project successfully. And we've got quite a few more projects that are about that size that are coming down the pipeline that we're really excited about.
I love it. What's nice is where your sweet spot is right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I give you credit, because a lot of people, they get going, and all of a sudden they want to take on the monster.
Mm-hmm.
And so full credit to you for being sensible there. So that's why you're doing a great job. But one of the things I had to laugh when I looked at your LinkedIn profile is at one point in time you had a short stint on the other side of the ball as a fabricator.
Yeah.
I'm very curious about what it was like for you, because you really are a glazer at heart. You're all glazer.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like working for a fabricator? What was it like being on the other side of things? Did you learn something? Did you come away with something? How was it?
Yeah, so I worked for a company for 13 years, at Texas Commercial Glass. Started out as a project administrator, worked into estimating and pre-construction manager. I wanted to see what else was out there. I worked there for 13 years, so I literally drove the same route, 10-mile drive every day, and I was like, I want to see what else. I want to expand my knowledge and really see how everybody else is doing it.
Yeah.
So went to work for Oldcastle Glass. It was very enlightening to see, one, just how our fabricators, like what they have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
understanding that side of it. It also helped really getting the opportunity to go around to all these other glass shops and really seeing how they work with people, how they lead their team,
Hmm.
how they set up their shop, silly things like that.
Yeah.
But also just kind of how what their business model was. And so I enjoyed that part more so. I did not enjoy being an outside sales rep. I will tell you that. I figured it out really quickly that it is tough hearing all the bad stuff because nobody comes with the good
No,
stuff. They
no.
just tell you everything that's bad that's happened. And so it became quite defeating, but I'm glad to be back on this side now for sure.
I was curious because I had a little bit of an opposite life because I was always a fabricator, and then when
Mhm.
I joined up with a glazer, it was like wow, okay, no wonder you guys get so mad when the fabricator ships with something one piece short.
Right.
We in the office were always, it's just one piece, just install the rest. But then, when I got to the glazer side, I saw why it was so crucial and little lessons like that. So it's interesting that you had the opposite. And yeah, outside sales is pretty thankless when you're a fabricator. You're
Yeah.
walking into a bee's nest in every place you walk into. They're not like, hey,
Exactly.
what's new? They're like, hey, this was late, this was scratched. I'm sure you
Right.
ran into that a lot.
Yeah. And you actually touched on it. It was helpful because I tried to go into Oldcastle giving them the knowledge of like, hey, I'm your customer, but
Yeah.
I work for you. And so I did get a lot of opportunities with Oldcastle to try to educate and do presentations with their team to try to help them. And I hope that it helped, but it also is hard in such a large corporate,
Oh,
world that you're able to really create a lot of impact or change.
yeah.
And I felt that was kind of difficult too because I'm a people pleaser and a problem solver. And so going in there with all these ideas and it's like, how do you implement that on such a large scale? Became pretty evident that I was like, man, I think that I just need to go back to the where my heart is, which
Sure.
is building relationships and being on the subcontractor side of things.
It's perfect. No, you are where you should be. So I
Mhm.
give you full credit for that. And yeah, they're $1 billion company, so it's hard to affect change. But
Mhm.
you did what I admire is you learned a lot, you tried to teach, and then you've put it in, and you guys are doing great. So that's got to make you feel good that each step of your past kind of is paying off now.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome, awesome. I got Danielle Whatley with me, president and owner of Texstar Glazing. See the work that they're doing at texstarglazing.com, doing some great stuff. And I always break up the podcast with a fun question. And I looked at your bio, I was doing my research, and I saw that you're a big concert fan. You like music. So
Mhm.
I gotta ask, what's the best concert you've ever seen?
So I thought about it because I kind of had an idea.
Yep,
You were gonna
yep,
ask me this question. So I think well, there's a couple, but there's two that popped into my head immediately. So usually those are the correct ones, right?
yeah,
Seeing George Strait was a really great opportunity. We had really great seats. It was felt very intimate. And he's a great country singer. So grew up from, my whole life listening
yeah,
to him.
sure.
It was a great that was a great one. But I would say my second one that popped into my head was recently I had gone to the Brandon Lake and Phil Wickham concert. They're worship singers
Yep.
at American Airlines in Dallas.
Hmm.
So we were in an environment with 15 to 18,000 people. I don't know exactly how many
Yeah,
seats were sold. Watching everybody praise and worship, and it's a whole different feeling when
yeah,
you're in an environment like that. It's you get goosebumps and you feel just that warmth of the presence of the Lord.
sure,
So
sure.
yeah, it
Yeah,
was
it's a moving experience, and so yeah,
yeah,
yeah, absolutely beautiful, beautiful. Yeah,
yeah,
I like both, and you didn't fail me on that. So you
yeah,
are a connoisseur of good concerts and good music. So very, very
yeah.
cool. All right, so back to the business side of things. In the couple years now that you've owned Techstar, has there been something that you didn't see coming? Like oh wow, I wish I would have known this would have happened. Sort of thing. Anything that surprised you in your short time?
Yeah, so the company started out with a couple people a part of the business. I bought out my business partner at the end of December, our first year.
Hmm.
And I was really like ready, and I was like, I know what I got this.
Right.
And it definitely tested my faith. That is one thing that I have learned so much about, is really my relationship with God.
Yeah.
And because taking it on full 100%, I didn't have near enough field knowledge or installation knowledge than that I do now.
Hmm.
And I learned that very quickly once that transition happened. I'm thankful for my business partner. If it wasn't for him, I definitely would not have Texstar wouldn't be where it is right now. So I definitely owe a lot of gratitude to him. However, I definitely learned a lot in that lesson of how to pull a trailer, how to fabricate, how to deal with multiple employees, the changing of employees, that whole part of that was just a lot more than I had anticipated, but um, it's been so great to really know when you grow the most when you're uncomfortable,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And if I'd never been put in that position, I would never really truly understand what the guys in the field have to deal with,
Yep.
what we have to do to get things done. And it has really helped me appreciate every single one of the employees we have and what they do.
Love it, love it, love it. And you mentioned your relationship with God, and your faith obviously plays a massive role in what you're doing there and in your culture. How is that going? I mean, sometimes people look sideways at that sort of stuff, but I admire it. How has that shaped your messaging there and your approach to business?
Yes. So, Techstar, I believe and want to build a culture where we take care of people, where we
Hmm.
focus on people. My motto for the company is if you focus on the money, the people will run. If you focus on the people, the money will come. And so in everything that we do, I try to implement that thought process with each of our employees is we're all in this together. We all do it for the same why. Your why,
Yeah.
everybody's why is their family, and they want to enjoy their day. At the end of the
Hmm.
day, they want to feel like they've done the right thing. And so I try to like have everybody think about that as
Hmm.
we go out to these other job sites, when we interact with even other glazers or even other trades, like we're all working hard to enjoy what we have when we go home. And so how can we take care of each other and leave people better than we found them? And to me, that is kind of one of that number one foundation of the Bible is, to love God and to love others
Hmm.
as yourself. And so that's really what I try to embark on everybody is let's try to take care of each other. We can do this the hard way and be mean and gruff, and then we can do this a little bit easier and just take care of each other, and you'll feel better at the end of the day.
I
So,
like it. No, that's great. I like your attitude, and we are all in this together.
yeah.
No matter what you're what we're into. I mean, we are all in this together, good, bad, and otherwise. So, but kudos to you. You walk the walk.
Thanks.
So I give you credit for that. A couple more questions for Danielle Whatley, president and owner of Texstar Glazing. See them at texstarglazing.com. I don't know if you realize this, but when NGA had you as a spotlight member on, I think it was earlier this year, maybe spotlight
Mhm.
member on LinkedIn for being a member of NGA, you broke the internet. I've never seen a post get more action than that post. I got to ask, did you pick up people you pick up work, or did you pick up people for networking? I mean, there had to be some sort of advantage coming your way, benefit coming your way, because it was probably the biggest post NGA has ever done.
Well, I'm humbled by that, and I kind of get a little teary-eyed that you're saying that
Yeah.
because um I'm honored, like truly honored. I didn't really expect to get into glass at all. And so, when as I've gone through this, I keep telling myself, I want to leave a bigger impact on the industry. I want to help make us better, and make it something that people actually want to get into. And so to hear you say that really, I appreciate. But yes, the answer to the question is, I've had a lot of new suppliers reaching out, a lot of other like GCs and other people and other glass companies that have recognized and seen it and reached out, and it has really helped just for me to have that platform to express what I want for the glazing industry as a whole, but also as Techstar, is that we're just all in this to like, we want to work together. I
Yeah.
want to work together with everybody. I want to network together. I want us to work better together than we have in the past. So it has helped, and I do appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
Humbly, I
I
love it.
mean, big time kudos because, and I'm glad to hear that because that's the power of LinkedIn as an outlet is that as people like and comment, it shows up in more and more feeds, and that's what yours was like an avalanche. It just kept going and going. And I guess, before I get to my last question, your social media overall is really, really impressive. You're very organized with it, the color schemes, what you're putting up. Kudos to you and your team there. Obviously, well thought out. Is that you? Is that other people? Who gets the credit on that one?
Well, I will have to give the credit 100% to all of our social media to Alana Ragnes. She probably posts or likes a ton of your stuff. She adores you. She is actually a woman that I met during a Christian women's retreat. We connected and we remained friends. And I had so many people telling me, you need to get social media. No, you need to get social media. I personally didn't have social media for like 7 years because
Right.
I just find it to be difficult.
It
I've always
is.
had LinkedIn, but
Yep.
the other side, and I was like, I don't want it. I don't want it. It was all a God thing, and how she came and she was like, let me do it. And so everything that we've done, she is remarkable. She's been so helpful in making sure that it's all done right. Because even now, after 7 years, I'm like, I don't even know how to what do I post? How do I even get it to add? So definitely her 100%. And it has helped so much. We've had so many people with that same comment of we see you everywhere. And I love that.
Yeah, and kudos to Elena. I mean, and I'm thrilled that she likes my stuff, and obviously, I'm loving what she does and what you guys do. And I just love the fact that you recognize all of your posts.
Mhm.
That consistency is there, so the plan is there, and so it's like a 101 sort of thing, and you guys are knocking it out of the ballpark. And it's great that it's working for you. And I don't blame you on the other social media stuff. I'm only there because I have to monitor things.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, no doubt. Well, one more question for you. Danielle Whatley, president and owner of Texstar Glazing, texstarglazing.com. We're almost done with 2025. Can you believe how fast this year is going? Uh,
It's been a fast, short year.
yes, it has. How's the year, going for you? But more importantly, what's your feel for 2026? Because it's such a weird vibe out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling it. I don't know if you're feeling it, but some people are busy, some people are slow. Some are real hopeful, some are real negative. What camp do you fall into? How do you feel about 2026? What's it looking like for you in Texstar Glazing?
So I'm gonna lean back on my faith here.
Hmm.
100%. I've looked at the forecasts, and I look at this and I look at that, and that's really hard to equate when it comes to where we are.
Right.
I'm in Weatherford. We've got 10 glass shops between here and 20 miles of where we're at.
You're in a hot territory.
We
Yes.
are. And so really, to me, I try not to get too wrapped up in it, because I then just kind of jump down a rabbit hole and I get nervous or I get over hopeful, and really I just believe that as long as we're taking care of the right people that believe in the same values that we have, that it's about relationship building, it's about taking care of everybody that we encounter, that the right projects will come, the right GCs will come. But it does feel weird, but I'm also just in year three. So I'm like, is this the growing pains, or is this the economy? And being on this side and as an owner, it is a completely different feel than what it was is just working for a place. So it is definitely something that I try to forecast out, but that's probably the hardest thing to do,
Yeah.
is to make sure that you've got enough work for the people you have, but not too much work that you don't have enough people. And so I just every time I start to get all concerned and worried and stressed out, I just kind of like pray about it, and then the right things come along. So I've just learned, don't worry about tomorrow, for it'll worry about itself, and just continue doing what you're doing, and he will provide.
You are rocking. I love it. I love it. Before I let you go, are you going to come to Glassfield in October and November? Or are you going to make it
I have been thinking about it.
Okay.
I don't know for sure. I want to, but I also um I'm like, what's the true benefit of it? But at the same time, I'm like, it's always fun to go and see everybody and spend
Yeah.
time with everybody and network. So who knows?
It is a family reunion sort of thing,
Yes,
but
exactly.
also with Dallas, you could probably come to Orlando, fly in the morning and fly out at night.
That is true.
You know,
But I
and
want to stay and enjoy,
yeah, that's true too. I know. I think
Yeah.
that there's a lot to see, and the one thing I will pitch is on the third day is the Women in Glass and Fenestration networking
Okay.
breakfast.
Okay.
You being an owner, I think you might get some value out of that with other female owners and other female powerhouses in this industry like you. So
Awesome.
I think that
Well,
would be
okay, you convinced me. I'm going.
all
I'll
right.
be there the third day.
Beautiful. Well, if you
There
have
you
any
go.
questions or anything, I'm always up to help. But I think you would fit in well there. There's a lot of equals out there to you that you'd enjoy getting to know, and again, it could be a peer group in a way for you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
so that would work.
Well,
Very
you
cool.
convinced me. It was on the fence. I was like, I want to go? Do I need to go? Now I'm convinced.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, hey, I feel like my job is done. That's great.
Yeah, there
That's
you
great.
go. There
Well,
you go.
Danielle Whatley, president and owner, Texstar Glazing at texstarglazing.com. Thank you so much for your time. Keep up the great work and
Thank you
really
so much.
appreciate the support you give me. And you're doing great for the industry. So keep it rolling.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you soon.
You bet. Thank you. Okay. Welcome back. Thank you to Mark and to Danielle for being on the podcast. I thought that was absolutely fantastic on both of them. Thank you to FHC for your support. FHC-USA.com is where you can learn more about them and also what they've got going on right now with their panic exit device, their FHC Steincraft panic handles. Check that out at FHC-USA.com. Before we wrap up, as I always do, a quick run through the TV world. Not that much going on for me right now. Terminal List is back on Amazon Prime. It's a prequel, so if you saw the first Terminal List with Taylor Kitsch, it's good. Again, I like these sort of empty calorie sort of things, especially in the world right now. You want less to think about. So it's prequel. Terminal List is back, and that's on Prime. Otherwise, I'm just waiting for things like Tulsa Kings to come back on Paramount Plus, and I'm watching bad treadmill movies. So those are just the Netflix movies that are just all action with really a awful script and nothing to speak of, but it keeps me interested on the treadmill. So that's what I'm after. Anyway, that's me. If you have any TV recs, please send them my way. Until next time, which next time I've got already 2 sets of guests lined up that'll blow you away. I'm on a run right now. I am so honored that people like Mark and Danielle do it, and these next folks do it, and people before and after. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We will see you next time. And thanks so much for watching and listening to the From the Fabricator podcast.
Oh, the music is stopped.